Alright, everyone, hello and welcome to my first episode of my new Let's Play, Metroid Zero Mission. So, a little about this game. This game is a GBA remake of the original game for the NES. The original game was something very different that, back in the time when it came out, wasn't really seen anywhere. It was very open world. Shigeru Miyamoto of Nintendo wanted to have a new IP, something that wasn't like Mario or Legend of Zelda, something that was very different. And the idea of Metroid came. Metroid is a space adventure, I guess you could say. It's an action adventure, is one way you can call it. Planet Zebes. I called this place home once, in peaceful times, long before evil haunted the caverns below. Now I shall finally tell the tale of my first battle, my so-called Zero Mission. And now we're introduced to Samus Aran. So, starting off, you see that I go left instead of right. Now, it's common, especially with the 3D games, there is no... there is left and right, but not in the general sense, like the side-scrolling. Usually going left and backtracking, what this game has a lot of, you'll find out later on, wasn't really seen back then. That was something new. Usually you begin a game like Mario and you expect to go right and enjoy the level. But if you go right here, you come up to this wall and you find out that you can't go past. So the only way you can go is left. So you backtrack all the way back and you go left, and you find the Morph Ball, and you learn that this teaches you a lot of things right at the beginning. First of all, that there will be backtracking. There will be points in the game where you cannot progress, that you may need to go back to areas you previously visited, and take another look at them at a different perspective. And you can find a power-up that will allow you to progress. So you see, if you shoot these blue doors, you open them, and that's how you progress through rooms. Just showing that off there. And this is a save room. Standing on this plate will allow you to save your game. It does not heal you, only saves your game. So this is all very, very special, very different from any other game that was seen at the time. But now it's really common, and but Metroid, the original Metroid for the NES, was definitely a pioneer in that. So you can see you can shoot in pretty much all 8 directions, and you can jump and shoot down, which is, 8th direction. In the original game, you can only shoot left, right, and up. And so you can see right up here, I'll show you how short our shot is. Our shot is like really, really short. It doesn't reach across the screen. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks it goes. There's not much we can do right here at the moment. So normally what you do is you'd go up and you'd find the long shot, and that will allow you to shoot all the way across the screen. In the original NES game, there was no long shot. You only had the short shot throughout the entire game, and it was very annoying. But if you go on that top part and shoot down like I did, then it'll take you down here. So what I'm going to do is a thing called sequence breaking. You go out of the order that the game intended you to go. So right over here, I'm going to grab a missile tank. And this allows me to use missiles by holding down the R button and pressing B to shoot. So I'm grabbing the missile tank because I need to fight a mini-boss, which is coming up right here. Just because there's like... So how you fight this boss is when it rises back up like that, it'll open its eye, and you want to shoot directly in the middle of its eye. In its iris or its pupil. Anywhere else, as you saw in my first shot, it'll miss. This boss isn't too difficult. You just need to shoot it 3 times in the eye. It is very easy to miss the middle of the eye. And if you miss it, the boss will disappear, but it won't disappear for good. He'll appear later on in the stage. and you can fight him then and get the charge beam. The charge beam is if you hold down the B button, then you'll charge up your attack, and you just do damage. Usually, the charge beam is... So I just did a quick cut right here. It actually took me a while to get up there. The charge beam you can use in place of missiles. So if you're fighting a boss that takes missiles, and you run out, then you can just use a charge beam and it counts as one missile. Not too effective, but if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. So that red door right there, as you see, the blue doors you can open with a normal blast shot. But with the red doors, it's not that case. So you have to use a missile, just one missile, to shoot the door to open it. We'll find different colored doors throughout the game, which will need different cannon shots. That's what you have, your arm cannon. Different cannon shots to open. So right now we're only introduced to blue and red, which now we can open all doors we've come in contact with. So coming up here, this is the way you're supposed to go originally, and you're supposed to come here and get the long beam. And now you can shoot all the way across the screen, no problem, and this is how it should have been in the first game, but it wasn't. And this is absolutely fantastic. But it's really showing you, it starts you off with the short beam, and it kind of reminds you, takes you back to those days of the original NES game. And then you come here and you get the long beam, and it just completely changes up the game. The 8 directional shots that you didn't have before. Right here I'm showing jumps. So there's 2 kinds of jumps in this game. There's the normal jump, and then there's the spinning jump. If you want to rewind the video a bit to take a look, I'll show you there. So if you press the jump button first, and then directional button, then you will do a straight up jump and move side to side. But if you press the directional and then jump, like I'm doing there, then you'll do a somersault in the air. Here's a statue with 2 dragon dinosaur things. This is important. Both of those are bosses in this game, and past there is the final area to the game. So you need to fight both of those bosses and open up. Doesn't matter which, what order you fight them in, but you need to fight them. Yeah, so somersaulting and then normal jumps, both of them have their uses. Generally, you'll be using your somersault more often than not, but there will be times where you need to do the normal jump, and I'll tell you when those are. So as you see, that was a Chozo statue. We've seen those Chozo statues a couple times before. Usually they've been holding power-ups for us. That one was actually telling us that we need to go somewhere. She kind of showed us on our map that we need to go to this area. The area, we don't know how to get there yet because we don't have a map of this area. This area is called Brinstar. There's several areas on this planet, Zebes, and I shall talk about all of them. So Brinstar is the first area you go to, filled with acid. As you see, that's what that light orange stuff on the ground is. So you want to go back through this corridor, the red door that we shot open earlier, and go and attack these egg sacs with a bunch of flies in them. Okay, so this part is really annoying. These flies will fly after you if you start to run away from the sack or whatever, after you start shooting it, and they can be really annoying, and as you see, this one completely drains me of all of my health. I used up all my missiles. But past this one is a missile tank, and it's kind of hidden, because you see there's a wall right there, but you can walk behind the wall. And then over here, you can see I'll start using charge shots to try to hit these sacks. Just be wary that your charge shot may actually hit one of the flies, and instead of hitting the sack itself. So a couple missiles, charge shots, or just spamming the shoot button will take care of these things. Nothing too big. Let's see, so right up here you can find our first, well, not our first, but one of many hidden items. So you can see on the top screen, or not the top screen, Okay, well, take a quick break. Right here is our first energy tank. An energy tank, as you see in the top left, like I was pointing to, will increase your energy by another 99, or by 100. So right now we have 199 health. You see on the top part of the screen. So you start off with 99, and you can find energy tanks throughout the game, which will increase your energy. You can find missile tanks, which increase your missile count. So that's kind of what this game is going to be. You're going to go around this world and find different things hidden within the geometry of the world and hidden within sections of this world that will make you stronger. Find new weapons, new suits, new power-ups, and just become stronger overall. So I'm going to end off the video right now, and we'll continue next time. So I'll see you then.